Let's talk about Marvel's Thunderbolts, asterisk. Asterisk, guys, I'm saying that right? Thunderbolts, asterisk. It was a good movie. It was better than the Marvel movies have been in a while. I'll say that. It was better than the Marvel movies have been in a while. It felt like this was a step in them finally like working and focusing on their character development a little bit, which is good. Marvel definitely needs an upbeat in their character development. Yelena, okay, was kind of set out to be the main character, and I thought she did really good. John Walker, I like seeing him again after the events of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I thought that was really good. And people, I know they said that they thought that he was kind of a punching bag in this movie. I actually think that is pretty accurate as to, like, how he was, like, in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I actually think that they did a good job, actually, writing him in this movie. The people that they didn't do such a good job writing him in this movie was I don't even fucking remember her name. The woman from Ant-Man, like the one that the ghost, I think it was, that could go like travel through walls and shit. Like she was like not fleshed out at all. So I don't know what happened there, but that was not very good. Shouts out to the actor that played Bob in this movie. Bob was a very phenomenal part of this movie, okay? I actually wanted to see more. I wanted to see them go, like, deeper, because this movie was, spoiler alert, it really goes into, like, the struggles of, like, mental health and stuff, but I wanted to see them go more, because I just felt like it wasn't enough. It didn't go far enough, because, like, at the end of the movie, Bob is, like, punching the other, like, dark version of himself, I guess. And, like, everybody else is, like, helping him to defeat that version of himself. But it's weird because he's continuously punching this guy. And they're, like, instead of just, like, pulling him off, he's, like, continuing to punch him. So I don't really know what happened there. Because the light version of Bob was getting, turning into the dark version of Bob. So I don't know. It seems like they might have got a little bit lazy, I'll be honest, towards the end with the writing. But the first half is genuinely good with the outcasts. I like this storyline, like the outcast heroes like coming together and working together. And even like the Red Guardian, like he's a little bit loud and kind of obnoxious sometimes, but I do think that he worked well. Like the humor of him fit well in this movie. I thought Bucky also fit well into this movie. His scene coming in was pretty awesome. On the bike there, okay, that was pretty sweet. And just like them, like figuring out all the heroes in this movie figuring out, oh, we've all been pinned against each other. And I like the character of Bob a lot. Like I think that this movie did something interesting, which kind of switched up like who the actual evil character was in the movie. Not that Bob is an evil character, but he did play like the main antagonist in the second half of the movie, because it switched up. At first we thought, okay, it's the evil FBI woman, but then we start to learn, oh no, Bob is letting the darkness take himself over and putting a bunch of people into the shadows. I thought that looked cool, but I thought the concept was a little cliche, but I did think it looked cool. And like Yelena like following Bob into the shadows and that whole like emotional moment, it was written better than a lot of Marvel movies are. So it's kind of a weird Marvel movie. Again, it ended really abruptly, and it felt like they got a little lazy towards the end, which is a bummer, because I do feel like this was the best Marvel movie in a while. But you can't get lazy towards the end, man. So that's the thing. This Marvel movie, I want to give the Thunderbolts a fair shot here. So I'm gonna go ahead and say like 3.9 out of 5. I liked it. It's not an Avengers movie. It's not like the good old Captain America, Iron Man shit, or Spider-Man, but it is good. But the writing in this Marvel movie was a good step in the right direction. I hope that hopefully going forward they can keep it up. I know we got Fantastic Four coming up in the Avengers. Secret Wars. Secret Wars is coming up, okay? Well, Doomsday first, but then Secret Wars. And I hope that they can keep that level of writing. Guys, go and watch Star Wars Andor. Star Wars Andor. That's my recommendation. Isn't that a crazy recommendation? I don't know why I'd be recommending it. Did it just come out or something? Is it recent? It is the best Star Wars. A lot of people like The Mandalorian, okay? I'm not saying I don't like The Mandalorian. I'm just saying that Andor is better. Star Wars Andor is the better one. The better one, by far. I will go as far as to say it is better by far than The Mandalorian. And it's just gripping. It takes me back, honestly, to the days of when I was in high school. I used to watch a lot of things like 24, okay? I'm not saying that 24 was awesome. Special Agent CTU, Special Agent Jack Bauer. I'm not saying that was an awesome show, but the suspense level in that show was done correctly. And it's on par. Andor is on par with that show. And like things like Prison Break, same with that. The suspense level in that show is good. Similar to the feel in Breaking Bad. There's a reason that the show kind of topped the charts in terms of suspense and good storytelling. It was really, really, really good. There are not all of it is like a perfect story. In my opinion, episode 7 of season 2 is a little slow. This is about season 2, by the way. But watch the whole thing as a whole, man, including Rogue One, which is the final movie that leads up to. You know, this series leads up to the final movie, Rogue One. But this is by far and away the best Star Wars since 4, 5, 6. I mean, this is really gripping stuff. It does like kind of start slow, so you do, but any good like series takes time to like explain what it's doing. So you gotta have patience, and if you don't have patience, you probably shouldn't even be watching TV. You should just be, I don't know, you should be running the treadmill maybe or something like that. But if you have some patience, okay, it really is a good gripping story to get into. Luthen Rael is fucking crazy in this series. It's crazy that like you just knew nothing about him back when you watched Rogue One or whatever it was in 2016. You just didn't know anything about the Luthen Rael, anything about his mission to try to take down the Empire from the inside. It's fucking crazy. And there is like a crazy battle scene as well in season 2. It is like it's not perfect, but it's a very well crafted story of what happened, and it's high intellectually. Oh my god. It's a really good Star Wars telling. I don't want to spoil it. I know it's later now. Most people have probably seen it. They're gonna watch it, but this is me telling you, go watch it. I don't want to spoil what happens. Okay, Cassian Andor, really, really good. Really, really fucking good. Diego Luna kind of nails this role here. He does look a little older than he did in Rogue One. I do think that this series, it's so good that it makes Rogue One look not good by comparison. Rogue One kind of looks like shit now, which it did not look like shit back in 2016 when it came out, but it does now because Andor's quality, you just can't keep up with it. But it does tie together some key pieces that I was confused about in Rogue One, or I was like, oh, I want to see a lot more of this. And in Andor, you do get to see a lot more of it. And I've seen a lot of people say this, but it is very real that the Empire feels like a legitimate threat, where it's kind of, you know, in the later sequels of Star Wars, it kind of feels like a joke, if you will. There is no joke here. It is really good. It is really threatening. And there's more at stake too. There's like, if you don't know Andor at all, there's like, you know, the Mon Mothma storyline, like the politics of it all, and yeah, dude, just like a really good interconnected like love story, and a story of betrayal and self-sacrifice. It is some really good stuff, and I always love when like stories go ahead and tell the bad guys, you know, side of things. A lot of modern shows and stories do not always tell the bad guy's side of the story, okay? Or the misunderstood, right? In this case, the misunderstood. And I mean, there's definitely bad guys in this in this show, but also the misunderstood. And we see their storyline and their angle and where they're coming from, and their I won't spoil everything, but the trickery that is within that storyline it's just done well. So my highly strong recommendation to you is Star Wars Andor. Yeah. Now we're going to talk about something that was definitely not nearly as good. I also watched The Last of Us Season 2, okay? A lot of Season 2s. The Last of Us Season 1 was good, man. I liked The Last of Us Season 1. It was really, really fucking good. But I don't know. See, Season 2 was definitely not as bad as people are saying it was, but it was definitely not great. It started off with a bang. I don't know. People were really complaining a lot when a certain someone, okay, something happened to somebody. We'll put it that way. Something happened to somebody within the first 2 episodes of Season 2. And if you follow the games, you know what I'm talking about. I liked it. I don't understand the critique with it, honestly. I thought it was done well. Like, I thought the first 2 episodes were fine. There were some things that I would critique, like the zombies were like running past people, and that didn't make sense to me because they're sprinting zombies and they were running past people. They're not tackling people and destroying them. Okay? That did not make sense to me. But other than that, it wasn't that bad. And the characters were pretty decent. I understand, like, continuing off of Season 1, why the first 2 episodes went the way they did. That was told fine. And then there's the rest of the season. And then there's the rest of the season. Which felt very, I know that there's just, like, a lot of gameplay, obviously, in the game. But it felt like the creators of the show didn't really know what to do with that, or how to tell the story of the gameplay. The Scars were really fucking cool. The Scars cult, they were fucking cool. But I wish that we saw more of them, and I think we probably will see more of them as we see more of what's her face's storyline in Season 3 here. I honestly forget her name. Abby, jacked in the game. You know, maybe, I don't know. She was jacked in the game, but now I guess she's just a pretty big threat, I guess, in this season. I don't know, she was okay. Really, my main critique was with probably the same critique everyone else has, is Ellie and her girlfriend, and yeah, just that whole relationship with the other guy there, the Asian guy, polycule, okay? I'm gonna be a dad now. I don't have a problem with that. I just think that it was not told well. The story was not told well, and you probably would not... Maybe you would, I don't know. You get very, very horny and sexy in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. Maybe you would. If you're traveling outside of your community especially, you get horny and sexy where people are being slaughtered and hung and destroyed and sickled and executed. That would make me very horny. I don't know. It just was not well executed, and some of the dialogue fell flat. I was getting mad at Ellie, and I understand that she's supposed to be this, like, kind of rebellious 19-year-old seeking revenge, hardcore revenge in this series. I just think that, does she learn her lesson? Not really. And every time she, like, does learn something, like, there's a particular scene I'm thinking about, I think it's in, like, the last episode or something, where she's on a boat. Okay? And that is not a wise idea. You just wouldn't, I don't care how out for revenge you are. I understand this probably happened in the game, but it just is not a good idea to go out to sea, in my opinion, in a zombie apocalypse. You wouldn't want to be trapped out there unless you know for sure that they can't swim out there. I fucking don't even like zombie shit. I watched The Walking Dead and got very bored of it halfway through, but like there was something about Season 1 that was engaging, that kept me watching, and I don't know. I'm probably gonna go back and watch Season 3 so I can talk about how that went. But I'm not like super excited for Abby's storyline or anything. Maybe it'll entice me and bring me in, but it wasn't. Season 2 just was not great. The dialogue wasn't good. A lot of the storytelling in the later half of the season was not good. They have sex. That's kind of cool. Okay? That's awesome! Awesome! And they tattoo each other and shit. It's pretty... She has a fucking tattoo now. That's really cool. That's really cool about this this show. That's the highlight. 10 out of 10, Last of Us Season 2. Okay? Check it out. I think I'm done giving you the whole media cinema ramble now. So go check these flicks out for yourself, because they're not bad, but if you're going to check out something, check out Andor Season 2. That's my strong recommend. Until next time, peace!